So without further ado, it's time. I'd like to introduce you all to Caleb O'Dowd. Caleb, are you there?
Oh, Anik, I am here. Thank you so very much, and I really, really appreciate the opportunity to present here today, and the opportunity to speak with your tribe here. We're just going to get the slides up here in just a moment, but how is everybody doing here? I'm really looking forward to talking to everybody. Please say hello in the chat box there. Please say hello in the. I am going to just take a sip of water here, make sure my throat is ready for this.
All right, the slides are up. Caleb, we are pumped and ready, man. Make it happen. Let's do this.
All right, great stuff. Well, guys, thank you very much. My name is Caleb O'Dowd. I'd like to welcome everyone to today's workshop on what I believe to be the simplest, fastest, cheapest, most automated, and most profitable lifestyle business to start in 2017. Now, my goal today is simple, guys. Anik asked me to turn you on to an honest to God killer new business opportunity and a never before seen or heard of traffic source and strategy for generating a 6-figure a month income stream in 6 months or less. It's a strategy my brother John and I developed, which is so freaking simple, guys. You're going to be able to do this from the comfort of your own home in your spare time. It does not require you to be a maverick marketer or a copywriter, and it's so cheap because you don't need inventory and you don't need to rent an office or hire employees, and yet it's going to allow you to generate floods of new customer sales and profits without all of the hassle and frustration and effort needed to make Google, Facebook, or Amazon traffic work. And no, this is not some kind of, multi-level marketing deal either. What I'm going to teach you today, guys, is a way of making money selling health supplements that's so much easier and so much more profitable and a hell of a lot more automated and enjoyable than messing around with video sales letters and creating web pages and designing complicated sales funnels. Now, Anik asked me to share this with you today, guys, because over the past 12 years, John and I have created a really unique business model that's generated for us more than $120 million in sales, and it has allowed us to work literally part-time from our computer from any location in the world. Me personally, I've lived in 10 different countries over the past 12 years, living for a year or more in 10 different countries over the past 12 years. I've lived and traveled literally all over the globe. John pretty much spends most of his time in Ireland and the south of Spain. So we're a really mobile group of people, and it's all because of this business model and how automated it is. As I said, you're not going to need employees, you're not going to need an office, you're not going to need programmers and designers, and you definitely won't need 101 different tools and services to make everything work. What I'm going to be revealing to you here today, guys, is the easiest known way, in my humble opinion, in all of direct marketing for making money. It's going to be far simpler than anything that you guys have seen or heard of before. So get ready. Now, before we begin, guys, let me just say this. I completely get it if you are skeptical or concerned about starting a health supplement business. Most guys think starting a health supplement business is extremely complicated or else a lot of hassle and a lot of work. I mean, you would think you got to manufacture your own products. You would think you got to hire staff. You need to rent an office. You would think you got to manage inventory, take care of shipping and handling. And then you would think that you need a lot of money to get this business started. Guys, if some of you have these beliefs about starting a health supplement business, please send me a text in the chat box right now. And if you like, send me your top concern or belief about starting a health supplement business. I understand that there's going to be a bit of a delay here, so I'm just going to give you guys a moment to respond, and I will take a sip of water here just to keep my voice going. All right. let's jump in here. Okay, tons of people saying hello to me. Thank you very much. Hey, Daryl, Troy, Shell, Bernard, Charles, Astrid, Jason, Walter, Floyd, Sherry, Charity, Adina. How are you guys doing? This is great stuff. Okay, Laney says it's competitive. Oh, Laney, we've got such great stuff to share with you here. Ketan says high capital cost. Oh, that's just great stuff. Lewis says the cost of inventory. Linda says it's a saturated market. Guys, this is really, really great stuff. Manpreet says hefty sum of initial investment. Okay, great stuff. Yeah, Jules, I think it's Jules. Forgive me, Jules, if I've pronounced it wrong. Jules in Australia says, you know, it's an overpopulated market. Centelli, absolutely, this is not a multi-level marketing deal. Trust me. Great stuff. Can't advertise supplements on Facebook, says Sherry. All right, great stuff. Guys, these are all legitimate concerns. You know, at least from the perspective of where you are right now in your knowledge of this business, I totally respect that because I get to hear this stuff all the time. Guys, just be prepared to have your worldview shaken up as I prove why absolutely none of those beliefs are true and why they're actually myths that are preventing you from earning a small fortune. Now, before we dive in here, guys, I definitely like to politely ask you to just switch off, all your distractions right now, mute your cell phone, kick the dog out of the room, and really give me your full and undivided attention, guys. Will you do that for me? It's really important that, I know that you guys are pumped and ready to rock and roll here. If you can please do that for me, please type yes into the chat box. I also want you guys to know that, this is live. You can say hello to me, and I will say hello to you back. I know that there is, as I mentioned, a bit of a delay there. So LV says, hi, Caleb, I love your name. I love your name too, LV. That's pretty cool. Okay, I'm just going to wait for you guys. Anik talked about a technical challenge. Well, would you believe it, guys? Just literally this morning, I woke up with my voice being a little hoarse, so I apologize. Okay, Mike says yes. Louise says done. Ular says yes. Jennifer, John, Charles, Pierre, Paula, Keith, Noel, Astrid, Charles, Nakishua, all tons of yeses here, guys. I really, really love the interaction, guys. Thank you so much. Alfred, Michael, Matt, Victoria, Linda, Awambeng, Philippe. All right, great stuff, guys. I really, really appreciate it. So look, if you give me your full and undivided attention right now, guys, I guarantee you're going to come away from today's workshop feeling like a whole new world of possibilities has just been opened up to you guys. Get ready to be surprised when I tell you why the world's greatest marketer and advertiser, Gary Halbert, pushed John and I into one of the most lucrative businesses in all of direct marketing, and how we discovered a completely under the radar traffic source that we use to generate thousands of new customers week after week, month after month, year after year, guys, without ever using Google, without ever using Facebook, without ever using Amazon. And guys, the best part is this really is a never before seen or heard of strategy for launching a health supplement business that works like gangbusters. You are literally among a handful of marketers that I've ever shared this with. You're not going to have read about this in some book. You're not going to have read about it in some forum or some article on the internet. And you're definitely not going to have heard of any other guru out there speaking of this. This really, really is never before seen or heard of stuff. Now, I got to take a moment to state something obvious here, guys. We're all adults. I can't promise anyone on the call today a freaking dime. I have no way of knowing if or how you'll apply what you're about to learn here today. Most people never take action on any of the trainings they receive, and that's why most people never accomplish anything. So all I can do is present an amazing opportunity to you today, show you our system for going from 0 to 6 figures in less than 6 months, and show you our results. The rest, guys, is completely up to you. Now, speaking of results, let me show you a little something that John and I started this past July 2016. We essentially started a brand new health supplement company, guys. We had no product, no employees. We didn't even have any advertising. All we started out with was a $2,000 test budget. Now, here's what we did in July. Our $2,000 test budget turned into a staggering $6,846.90. So very, very humble beginnings in July. But then in August, we took a big jump. We went to $48,124 in sales. That was in August. Then in September, we jumped to $79,011, which is, you know, that's a nice jump in September. But then in October, we really put the boot down, and we jumped to over $221,721 dollars and change. So far, guys, since then, you know, the slide here says, you know, over $963,000. It's actually, we should have updated the slide. It's over $1 million right now. So we turned that $2,000 test into over $1 million in sales. Now, this is a small example, guys. The election, the whole, you know, Trump, you know, Clinton election really slowed down sales for you know, the whole country there, and then we hit the you know, December, which was the holiday period, which really slowed things down. Otherwise, we would have scaled the bejesus out of this thing by now. And we certainly do have examples of scaling new businesses literally from a standing start, you know, from zero all the way to $800,000 a month in 90 days, just in front-end sales. That's not including anything that we earned in back-end sales or, you know, reorders. So with this particular business, we plan to scale this in 2017 to somewhere between $10 and $15 million by the end of the year. And our goal is literally to sell this business. We started this business to sell it 5 years from now for about $100 million. So I just wanted to give you guys this little bit of a case study to show you how scalable this business is, even if you're starting out with no product, no employees, no advertising, and a very small test budget, and just how much you can achieve within such a short period of time, and ultimately where you can take this to, you know, over the next few years. So a bit about who should be here, guys. So first and foremost, this opportunity is for you if you currently have a business, but you're sick and tired of working around the clock and not earning the kind of profits that you want and you deserve, and you're ready to start a much simpler, much more automated, and far more profitable business, okay? This opportunity is also for you if you're currently working a full-time job and you're desperately searching for a hot new way to replace your income so you can spend more time with your family, or travel, or upgrade your lifestyle, or just have more time to do the things that you love. This opportunity is also for you if you already sell health supplements or beauty products, whether it's wrinkle creams or, you know, or lip plumpers and all that kind of good stuff, and you're looking for a killer new traffic source to take your sales and profits to the next level. And finally, is for you if you want a real lifestyle business, guys, where you can make a lot of money from anywhere in the world with only a few hours work per week. Guys, I hope you are starting to feel like you are in the right place. If you are, let me know right now. Please type yes into the chat box. Again, I know that there's a bit of a delay here, so I'll take this opportunity to take a quick drink of water. Starting to feel like you are in the right place. Say hello, say yes. All right, Astrid says yes. Is believe, hashtag believe and achieve. Sherry is a yes, Mike is a yes, Byron, Jennifer, Jeff, Caroline, Ular, Srinath, James, Rob, Dave, okay, Ketan, Frank, Linda, Charles, Paula, Manpreet, Diane, Janina. All right, guys, great stuff. Okay, guys, if you stay until the end, if you stay all the way to the very end, I'm going to reveal the 10 reasons why Gary Halbert, one of the most legendary marketers who ever lived, pretty much told us that if we wanted to make the most amount of money with the least amount of hassle in the fastest time possible, then we should start a health supplement business. Guys, Gary Halbert was pretty much, you know, the original guru, the guru's guru. He had just been involved in pretty much every industry. He's been involved in just, you know, every kind of business model in the direct marketing world. And at the end of his career, looking back with the vast experience that he had, to us, he said, if you want to make the most amount of money with the least amount of hassle in the fastest time possible, then you should start a health supplement business. And there's 10 reasons for that, guys, and I'm going to be revealing it shortly. Next, I'm going to reveal our 6 months to 6 figures selling supplements formula. It's 5 simple steps that anybody can take, even a complete newbie. Trust me on this. I want you to hold me accountable to all of the claims that I'm making here, because I'm going to be fulfilling on every last one of them in ways that are just going to thrill and amaze you in just a few minutes. So 5 simple steps that anyone can take, even a complete newbie, to go from having no product, no experience, and a tight budget to making, all the way to making serious cash in an automated manner. Then I'm going to reveal how to get your hands on high quality health supplements, guys, that really, really do work and improve people's health and quality of life. And I'm going to show you how to start selling these products for free so you can begin earning profits without ever spending a penny of your own money on inventory, okay? And never before seen or heard of customer generation strategy for acquiring thousands of new customers per week without ever messing around with Google, Facebook, or Amazon. This traffic source is so lucrative and easy to make money with, and so massive, untapped, and literally competition free, guys. Make any sense to mess around with conventional traffic sources once you hear what I'm about to reveal here. And finally, I'm going to blow your mind with what I believe to be, based on the dollars in, I'm going to blow your mind with what I believe to be a game-changing new method of taking orders that closes 650% more sales than using conventional order forms. As you know, we've tested this in a variety of different markets, and we've run millions of dollars through this sales platform, and it just crushes it, okay? And one more thing, guys, there's going to be a unique opportunity that I'm going to announce towards the end of the workshop. You'll only learn about it if you stay until the end. Plus, I'm going to answer all of your questions at the end so that you are fully locked and loaded and ready to take action and ready to make money with the training that I'm about to give you. So back to the chat box there, guys. Are you ready to be introduced to the hottest new lifestyle business opportunity in 2017? Guys, type yes into the questions box. Are you ready to receive this training? Are you ready to be introduced to the hottest lifestyle business opportunity in 2017? All right, go to the chat box here. Tons of yeses. Guys, I really appreciate the interaction here. Janina, Juan, Bob, James, Kenneth, Bojana, Clyde, Shell, CJ, Tiffany, Dorsal, Frank, Denise, Ketan, Dave, Anjali, Nakishua, Jean, Charles, tons of yeses, tons of readies. Leon says hashtag health to wealth. Great stuff. All right, guys, thank you again so much for the interaction here. I really appreciate it. All right, guys, let's roll up our sleeves. and dive in here. Why start a health supplement business? Well, it all starts with this man. In case you don't know who he is, that is the late, great Gary Halbert, considered by many to be one of the greatest copywriters, marketers, and salesmen the world has ever known. Gary has taught and influenced just about every major big name guru, including Anik in the whole world there today. So among his many legendary accomplishments, Gary was responsible for creating some of the biggest health supplement businesses in the world. I'm talking about businesses like Trim Spa, from 0 to $100 million in sales in 2 years. Or else health supplement businesses like the one that he started for a man named Mark Kaplan that generated literally so much money. Mr. Kaplan went out and purchased a baseball team. Imagine that. So to say that Gary knew a thing or two about launching health supplement businesses and making them hugely profitable, guys, would probably be the understatement of the century. But honestly, John and I didn't connect with Gary because we wanted to start a health supplement business. You see, I dropped out of high school. I'm a high school dropout, guys, and I never finished high school. I never went to college. I became a carpenter instead, but I quickly realized, hey, hammering nails on the top of roofs at in the middle of the Irish, freezing cold Irish winter is not a lot of fun. So, that was not for me. John, on the other hand, was literally giving every waking moment of his life to Dell Computers, working as a senior program manager. And he was just sick and tired of working around the clock and never getting enough time with his wife and kids. We were both really, really frustrated with our jobs. Probably like some of you guys may be right now. In fact, box here, guys, please type yes into the questions box if you're in a job right now that you'd like to quit if you could generate enough income in your spare time. Type yes into the questions box if you're in a job right now that you'd like to quit if you could generate enough income in your spare time. Again, I'm going to just wait a moment to allow for the delay here and in your answers. All right. Leon, Cindy, Kopi, Marcia, Pierre, Gladys, Nick, Linda, tons of yeses flooding in here, guys. I really appreciate it. Mike, Bradley, Charles, Laney, Anjali, Thomas, great stuff. Okay, great stuff. Great answers coming in here. Kwan says, yes, me. Chantel says, yes, damn it. I totally get it. Great stuff. Tons of yeses coming in there, guys. Well, look, I can totally relate. Believe me, I can relate. And hopefully after today, and hopefully after this training, you'll have exactly what you need to achieve that goal. That's my plan for you here, guys. So anyway, moving on here, John and I were searching for a business opportunity that would give us our dream lifestyle, lots of cash and freedom to travel. And our research led us to direct response marketing and Gary Halbert. Now, it was John who found Gary first and introduced me to Gary's newsletter. Wow, guys, I immediately knew that this guy had something, just a way of writing and communicating that was different than any other marketer out there. As I mentioned, Gary also had the reputation as being, the guru's guru. So John and I, we hitched our star to Gary's wagon and we just decided, come hell or high water, Halbert was gonna, be our personal marketing mentor. So John and I sat down and we decided that, we wanted Gary to actually mentor me so that I could create all the marketing and then John would operate the business with all of the skills that he had learned at Dell. The only problem was Ireland and Gary was in Miami, but I didn't let that stop me, guys. I vowed to do whatever it took to study under Gary. So the first thing I did was I picked up the phone and I called the number that he had published on his newsletter. I called him and guess what? Big surprise. It was his assistant Teresa that answered, and I was like, hey, my name is Caleb and I'm from Ireland and I want Gary to mentor me. Guys, I was totally raw. I knew absolutely nothing about marketing, nothing about advertising. I literally knew zero, nothing, honestly, zero. So Teresa was just like, well, I don't know if he's looking for anybody, but I'll pass on the message. Guys, I'm sure she just trashed the message, but I didn't care. I called and I called and I called some more. I often called several times a day. Finally, Teresa just gave in and she was like, look, you crazy Irish guy, I'm going to give you Gary's number. Just whatever you do, stop calling me. You're driving me nuts. Anyway, guys, my first experience with Gary on the phone literally sealed the deal. I totally unloaded. I told him all my dreams, all my wants and wishes, all of my commitments. I was sure that my enthusiasm would bowl him over. I finished a 10-minute spiel by asking him, will you mentor me? And you know what he said? No. Just one answer, one word answer, no, and then he hung up the phone. So guys, I emailed him. I kept calling and leaving messages and emailing and calling and leaving messages. Guys, I was prepared to drive him bonkers before giving up on my dream. And let me tell you guys, you need that level of desire to make it as an entrepreneur. And here's why. My determination, it paid off. I finally got Gary on the phone, perhaps just in a good mood, and he said, listen, kiddo, you can accept what I'm about to tell you here or never call me again. Send me a check for $19,000, fly to Miami. I'm going to give you 3 weeks of my time. After 3 weeks, I never want to see you again. Capiche? Now, guys, to be honest, we routinely charge far more than that to coach our clients in the health supplement business. But at the time, I was devastated. I barely had 19 euros in my pocket, let alone $19,000. So you know what I did? I called my big brother, John, and he did what only a handful of people on the planet would ever have the balls to do, guys. He remortgaged his house. And he gave me the money. Talk about having faith, guys. Talk about taking action. He remortgaged his house and gave me the money. Now, the story gets even better. You see, I sent Halbert the check, $15,000, and he couldn't believe it. He just told me later that he made up that number to get me to buzz off. Now, for the purposes of this public setting, I'm going to use the term buzz off, but Gary was a lot more direct with his language. So anyway, I flew to Miami and I started working with Gary. And despite what he had said to me over the phone, my relationship with him did not end at 3 weeks. When my time was up, he was like, listen, kid, you got talent. You're not going back to Ireland. We're gonna work together. So John and I, we rented an apartment 2 floors above Gary's apartment, and for the next 3 years, I had the opportunity to live and work with shoulder to shoulder with Gary, morning, noon, and night. It was absolutely insane, guys. We lived in Miami, but I had no social life. I had no girlfriend. I had no buddies, not hanging out in the bar, not in South Beach, hanging out, having fun, partying, no Miller time. It was just Halbert 24/7, marketing, advertising, and business. It was a life-changing experience. Gary took me under his wing and he pretty much showed me everything that he knew about copywriting, marketing, and advertising. It was one hell of a ride, guys. Eventually, it came time for John and I to start our own business. So we sat down with Gary on his couch one evening to develop the plan. Now, Gary asked us a lot of questions about what it is that we wanted in life and in business. And here's exactly what we told him, guys. I love to travel. As I told you, I've lived in 10 different countries over the past 12 years. I knew that I wanted to travel even back then. So I told Gary, I wanted a business that was going to give me the freedom to work from anywhere in the world. I also wanted to make a lot of money. I'm not embarrassed to say that. I love money, and the more I make of it, the more money I make, the better off things are. I'm not embarrassed to say that. So, I told Gary I wanted a business that would generate income 24/7 working, because that is the secret to getting rich, guys. If you're still exchanging, your time for money, that's not the way to get rich. The way to really generate, serious income, wealth, is to, you know, have a business model that generates income for you 24/7, even when you're not working. Has a wife and kids, and he was, as I mentioned, just sick and tired of, you know, not getting enough time with them. So he wanted a business that wasn't going to be a complete life suck. He wanted more free time. John also wanted a business that was easy to get involved with, guys. We tried writing ebooks, we tried creating courses. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just a pain in the ass, you know. It's just a big undertaking. We wanted a business that was less work than that and faster to get going. We both didn't have much money either, so you know we had to square up to Gary and just tell him, you know, we needed a business that didn't require a ton of cash to launch and grow. To sell a product that really contributed to people's lives, the type of product that made the world a better place. And lastly, we told Gary that speed to profitability was very, very important. We did not want a business model that required us to go into debt for a long time before breaking even and making a profit. There's a lot of companies out there, guys. You know, you'd be discover, you know, how, you know, like a lot of business models out there in the direct response, direct marketing community, you know, those business models require people to go into debt before breaking even and making a profit for a period of time. We needed to be profitable fast. Well, he didn't miss a beat, guys. Gary told us straight up, the very best business for us to get involved with business. Now, you know, Gary went on to explain the 10 reasons for that. There's 10 reasons why Gary recommended that we start a health supplement business. So reason number one is that it's a virtual business. You can literally run this business. You can run the whole show from your computer. And as long as you have access to the internet, you can run it from any location in the world. John and I are living proof of that. I've been living in 10 different countries. I'm here, there, and everywhere throughout the year. John is the very same. So we operate everything literally via email and Skype. That's how we rock and roll. Secondly, Gary talked about how it was a massive opportunity. It's not one of those, you know, here today, gone tomorrow opportunities. In fact, according to Grandview Research, these are guys that conduct research on various different industries. The health supplement business was a $122 billion a year industry in 2015. By 2024, that's 7 years from now, it's going to grow to a staggering $278 billion a year juggernaut. Guys, that's massive growth, massive growth from an industry perspective. And the reason for that is really simple and totally logical. After a certain age, every person on earth suffers from health problems. That's a fact of life, right? Now, due to the high cost of healthcare these days, and really how invasive and risky prescription medications and surgeries are, people are turning to safer, cheaper, less risky ways of improving their health. Guys, they're turning to health supplements, and that's why this is a massive long-term business opportunity. It has been for decades, and it's going to be for many, many decades to come. In fact, I can't even imagine a time where, you know, health supplements are not going to be part of healthcare. You know, they're not going to be a part of how we as a people, you know, are going to, you know, improve our health. Next up, Gary talked about how this business was extremely profitable. In fact, it's one of the most profitable business models in the world. Now, there's 3 reasons for that. First, you know, the largest segment of buyers of health supplements are boomers, people 50 years of age and older. Now, get this. According to a Nielsen study, US boomers, they're in control of 70% of disposable income. Just imagine that one segment of the population is in control of 70% of all disposable income in the country. They are essentially boomers, people 50 years of age and older. They are the segment of the population with the most amount of money. Okay. Second, you as a seller of health supplements can buy a bottle of supplements really, really cheap, guys. John and I are currently paying $5 per bottle for one of our hottest selling products right now, and we sell that product for $59.95. That's a 1,000% markup, guys. Very, very impressive stuff. Plus, you can offer customers more than one bottle at a time. In fact, we have a 6-month supply option for $299, guys, which is absolutely huge. You know, there's a huge markup on that. And third, many folks take the same health supplement month after month for years. So the repeat business in this business is massive. This is why, you know, among many other reasons, this is why the health supplement business is just so lucrative. Okay. Number 4, Gary talked about how it's a lifestyle business, and it's totally true, guys. Running a health supplement business, at least using the business model that I'm going to teach you here in just a couple of moments, is really a one-person show, at least up to the point where you're generating about $300,000 a month in sales. You know, if you have an operation that's generating $300,000 a month in sales or less, using the business model I'm going to teach you here, that's really a one-person show. If you want to do, you know, $1 million or more a month in sales, you know, that's a bigger, hairier business with more arms and more legs, and you're going to need help with that. But certainly an operation that's generating $300,000 a month or less, 6 to 8 hours work per week. Now, that's a big claim, okay? And I want you to hold me to that. I want you to hold me accountable to that claim, because I'm going to be fulfilling on everything that I'm promising here in just a few minutes. Gary talked about how this is a fully automated business. He said it's the type of business that once you get it set up correctly, can literally earn you money around the clock, 24/7, even when you're not working on it. That's because you can automate every last aspect of this business. Again, guys, pay attention. I'm making some very, very impressive promises here, but I'm going to fulfill on that. You know, I'm going to fulfill on everything I'm saying here in just a minute. You can automate every last aspect of this business. I'm going to show you how. Talked about how you don't have to create products. That's because some manufacturers, they already have great products that you can sell. All you have to do is put your own company label on the bottle, and boom, you're literally in business, guys. This means you can literally go from having no product to having a product to making sales really, really quickly. Okay? Again, I'm going to be revealing, I'm going to fulfill on everything I'm promising you here. Don't worry about it, okay? Number 7, it's shockingly cheap to get started in this business. That's why, you know, that's because you don't have to purchase product up front. You can pay for the product only after you sell it, okay? This is incredible because it allows you to get your hands on amazing products for free that you can sell immediately. Again, I'm going to be covering more about that in just a few minutes. Very, very fast business to get started. You can literally go from having no product, no business, no advertising, all the way to making sales in just a few weeks, okay? Again, you know, sit tight. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. And number 9, the simplicity. Guys, pay attention to what I'm about to say here. And their grandmother is going to tell you that if you want to sell health supplements, you're going to need to generate traffic from Google, Facebook, or Amazon, or else via affiliate marketing. And you're also going to need VSLs, long-form sales letters, text ads, banner ads, squeeze pages, retargeting campaigns, not to mention programmers, designers, researchers, content creators, and so on. Guys, I'm here to tell you, you don't need any of that to make more money than any sane person could ever want or spend. You're going to see what I mean in a moment. Gary gave us an entirely different strategy for customers than you can literally shake a stick at, and it's faster, easier, and cheaper than all of those methods, and it has practically no competition, right? Again, hold me to these promises, guys. I'm going to fulfill on everything that I'm talking about here today. I am not messing around. This is serious stuff, so pay attention. And last but not least, you really can make a huge difference in the world with this business. Selling clinically tested and effective health supplements that are proven to solve people's health problems really is a wonderful thing, guys. It's something that you can feel proud of, because there's no greater gift in life than the gift of good health. John and I are selling a product right now. It has 13 clinical studies done on it that were conducted by the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. This is an amazing product. People are taking this. It's improving their health. It's improving their quality of lives. It's an incredible feeling to know that that what you're putting out there is having a very positive impact on people's lives. For these reasons and more, we decided to take Gary's advice. We started our own health supplement business, literally on a shoestring, with Gary standing over our shoulder and guiding us all the way. Guys, that was 12 years ago. As I mentioned, we've gone on to generate over $120 million in sales since then, and we've done it all without an office, all without Google, Facebook, and Amazon, while traveling the world. It was literally the best decision that we ever made. So guys, back to the chat box here. Let me ask you again, would you like to know our specific 5-step system for starting a 6-figure a month health supplement business? Would you like to know our specific 5-step formula for starting a 6-figure a month health supplement business? I'm going to use this opportunity while I'm waiting for you guys to respond to take a quick drink of water here. All right. All right. Ebony says, I'm so excited to learn this. I've been looking into health supplements for a while, but couldn't find a way to get into this. James, great, Ebony. That's going to be great stuff. We're going to, the 5 steps are going to knock your socks off. James says, yes, can't wait. Jean says, for sure. Leon says, yes, please, Caleb. Louise says, tell me. Betty says, please, let's get it going here. Let's get on with it. Keaton says, yes, I would like to learn. Show me the steps, says Byron. Shell says, yes, please. Mike, Bernard, Alfred, Shervin. Great stuff. Love your enthusiasm, Shervin. Gail says, yes, of course. All right, Carolyn, Martin, Don, Santelli, Donna, Tony. Tony says, yes, tons of yeses. Linda, Tony, Gail, Marcus, great stuff. All right, guys, I really appreciate all of the interaction here. Going to take another quick sip. All right, guys, let's roll up our sleeves and get the ball rolling here. Step number 1, pick a market. Now, guys, there's a lot of potential markets in the health supplement space. And when I refer to a market, I'm really talking about health problems that people have and want solutions to. So right now, I'd like to reveal some of the many common people suffer from. So clogged arteries, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, poor circulation, diabetes, high blood sugar, heartburn, acid reflux, dementia, memory problems, obesity, erectile dysfunction, low libido, low testosterone, enlarged prostate, arthritis, weak bladder, wrinkles, fatigue, insomnia, anxiety, depression, and bad eyesight. Question box again. Quick question for you here. Do you or anybody you know, either a friend or family member, suffer from one or more of these health problems? Type your answer into the chat box, yes or no. Do you or anybody you know suffer from one or more of these health problems? Okay, let me just check it out here. Tons of yeses here. Great stuff. Mike says many. All right, great. Jean says tons. James is a yes. Tiffany, Stephanie, Antonio, Manuel, Marcia, Gail, James, Keaton, Sarah, Greg, tons and tons of yeses coming in here. I mean, obviously, guys, I mean, it's, you know, they're all the problems that literally, so, I mean, the answer is obviously yes. Now, let me ask you another question, guys. Would you like to relieve that problem for yourself, or the person that you are thinking about, either a friend or a family member? Would you like to make a lot of money in the process? I mean, we all would, right? We'd all like to solve that problem for ourselves or the people that we know and love and make a lot of money in the process, right? So back to the chat box here. Go ahead right now and pick one or two of those health issues and write them into the chat box. So pick one or two of those health issues and type them into the chat box right now. Just jump down here. I see there's a bit of a delay. I'll just wait for you guys. Okay, answers are coming in here. Okay, diabetes, says Antonio. Keaton says diabetes and high blood pressure. Byron says diabetes. Marcia, memory problems. Memory problems and obesity, says Lewis. 11 Noel says kick the banshees out, diabetic. Great stuff. Tony from Guatemala says high blood pressure. Renier says high blood pressure. Rob, high blood pressure and diabetes. Okay, great stuff. John, diabetes, high blood pressure, acid reflux. Great stuff. High cholesterol, diabetes, fatigue, says Janina. Low testosterone, insomnia, memory problems. Yeah, tons and tons of answers coming in here. Obesity, arthritis, says Shell. Says Tibby. Astrid says poor circulation and wrinkles. Okay, guys, that's great stuff. Guess what? Those health problems into by picking those health problems and typing into the chat box. Guess what you've just done? You've just taken the first step towards generating a 6-figure a month health supplement business, because those are all great markets. Guys, high five. High five, a virtual high five to one and all there. Now let's move on to the second step, which is select a product. Okay, guys, selecting a product is a lot of fun, especially since you don't have to buy an actual product before you can sell it. All you have to do is connect with the right manufacturer who offers high quality private label products, and boom, you are in business. Now, here's how it works, guys. These manufacturers, they have a fulfillment house, okay? So when you get a new customer, their fulfillment system is notified immediately, okay? And they ship the product with your label on it out to your customer, okay? Then they bill you after the sale comes through and the money clears in your bank account. It's all 100% automated, guys. It's ship on demand, and it couldn't be easier. Let me just repeat that, okay? So what happens is you generate the sale, the money goes into your bank account. The very next day, the manufacturer puts your label, your company label, on the bottle, ships the bottle out to your customer for you, and then after the job is done, they will bill you, and you will pay them out of the money that you have generated from the customer. So essentially, you don't pay any money out of your own pocket. The customer pays the bill for himself. Okay, see how cool that is? This is the exact model John and I used back in July to start the new health supplement business that I told you about earlier. And it's been extremely profitable for us, guys, as it is going to be for you, okay? Not all manufacturers are created equal, and not all health supplements actually work. In fact, not all manufacturers are even willing to work with you on this ship-on-demand basis. But guys, back to the chat box. What if John and I were to actually introduce you to our manufacturers who do all this all the time, do all this stuff for us and do this business all the time? Companies with an excellent, outstanding reputation in the industry for producing high quality health supplements. Would you be, type your answer into the chat box and let me know. Would you be interested in having us introduce you to our manufacturers, companies, with an excellent reputation in the business? Would you be interested in that? Interested. Great stuff. AJ Love 23 says yes. Santelli says unbelievable. Sarah says yes. Ebony says amazing. Cindy says yes. Mike says definitely. Eric, Ular, Leon, Dale, Bob, Jane, tons and tons of yeses coming in here. Absolutely, says Sarah. Definitely, says Marcia. tons and tons of yeses flooding in here. Tons of absolutely's. Great stuff. All right, guys, that's fantastic. Well, you know, I'm going to hook you up, guys. Believe it or not, I'm going to hook you up with these folks. But first, let me tell you how easy it is to get set up with this company, okay? Send them an email and ask them for a PDF brochure of their products, okay? Simple as that. Now, from the brochure, you scan down the list until you find the product that they have to offer that's a solution to the problem, i.e. market that you just selected. So, for example, if you selected, you know, joint pain, you just scan down the list of the product that they have to offer on joint pain, okay? Next, you tell them the product that you selected. A label is created for your business. It goes on the bottle, and bam, you are in business, baby. That's exactly how it works. And, you know, plus don't forget, guys, the product and the fulfillment side of things is all 100% automated for you. It literally is as easy as that, guys. I'm not misrepresenting you know, how I'm not like oversimplifying it or misrepresenting it in any way. That is exactly what it is. Everything I've just described to you, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly how it works. I should know because this is exactly what John and I did last July to generate over $1 million in sales so far. So guys, again, back to the chat box. Let me ask you this. Are you able to send an email and request a PDF catalog from this company? And then when you get the catalog, are you able to scan down the list and select a product to get started with? It sounds like a dumb question, right? Because it's so simple, even a child could do it, but I want to hear your answer. Are you able to scan down, you know, are you able to send an email and request a PDF catalog from this company? And then when you get the catalog, are you able to scan down the list and select a product to get started with? That. Again, tons of yeses flooding in here. Guys, thank you so much. Really appreciate the feedback here. I love, you know, this is awesome. I really appreciate it. So Keith, Tommy, Sarah, Srinath, Jennifer, Leon, John, tons of yeses coming in here. Greg, Dan, Janina, Patricia, Joan, Major, Van, Denise. Wow, tons and tons of yeses coming in there, guys. So I really, really appreciate it. Well, guys, guess what? If you can do that, then you'll have completed the second step towards generating a 6-figure-a-month health supplement business. Now you have a proven profitable market, you have a high-quality product, and you have a company who'll ship your product out to your customers so you don't have to. And guess what? You haven't even put your hand in your pocket yet. You haven't paid a penny. How cool is that? On to step number 3, okay? Step number 3, guarantee your success. Now, guys, we're all adults here. We all know that there is no guarantees in life, okay? However, when it comes to acquiring customers and making profits selling health supplements, you would be blown away at how close that you can get to literally guaranteeing your success. Now, here's what I mean. Pay attention here, guys. That in order to make money online, they need to create a video sales letter, okay? Now, most video sales letters are like 9,000 to 10,000 words long, and they've got to be packed with copywriting genius in order to succeed, okay? Next, you're going to need to create pre-sale pages and squeeze pages. Then you're going to need to create tons more sales copy for upsell pages, email creatives, banner ads, text ads, email autoresponders. Not to mention retargeting campaigns, free reports, and complicated sales funnels, okay? Hire programmers to create your web pages. Then you need designers to design your landing pages, your VSL slides, your banner ads, your free reports, and more. Then you need tons of complicated tracking tools and applications to measure your results and make everything function properly. Only then, after all of that, focus on driving traffic from, you know, Google, Facebook, and you know, all the traffic networks that are out there, which pretty much opens up a whole other can of worms, not to mention a lot of investment and time needed to constantly optimize and improve results before you can even get something to break even. Guys, the work involved in putting an advertising campaign together online is overwhelming, and the cost can be absolutely staggering. And then just when you think you've got it all figured out, the rules change. Your traffic cost, competition come into your space and literally eat your lunch, or else you get slapped or banned, and you just find yourself back at square one again. Guys, this is the route, and it is without a doubt the route that has the highest likelihood of failure. The odds are just too stacked against you. But let me ask you this: what if there was a better way? What if there was a simpler, cheaper, faster way? A way that was not half as time consuming, not half as frustrating, and nowhere near as overwhelming. There is, and in my mind, it's the best darn place to start a successful health supplement business. What is it? It's newspaper advertising, guys. Good old-fashioned newspaper advertising. Now, before you think I have lost my marbles, take a deep breath, relax. Let me give you the facts, guys. Let me show you why advertising is the easiest way in the world to generate health supplement sales and profits. Let me give you the facts, guys. Fact number one: newspaper advertising was the Google, it was the Facebook and Amazon for direct marketers before the internet ever existed, okay? A lot of people think newspapers are dead. Well, guys, check this out. Check this out. Check this Nielsen report, okay? It was published in December 2016, okay? Just a couple of months ago. The report says on the internet, on the actual web page, it says 170 million Americans read print, excuse me, 170 million Americans read newspapers either in print, online, or on mobile applications, or else via a combination of all three. 51% of those people, that's 87 million Americans, read print newspapers exclusively, and 81% read print newspapers in addition to online and app versions. Guys, that's 138 million Americans reading the newspapers. Research shows that 56 million newspapers are still being printed and sold every single day in America. Guys, pay attention. That's 392 million newspapers per week. 1.568 billion newspapers a month, and 20.44 billion, billion with a B, 20.44 billion newspapers printed and sold in America every single year. Guys, that is a whole lot of newspapers for a channel that's supposedly dead. Wouldn't you guys agree? The reality is, newspaper advertising is far from dead. Oh my goodness, it's so alive and kicking, and John and I have been secretly milking this opportunity for millions of dollars, year after year, with literally no competition, while all of our online competitors battle each other out, battle each other every single day, fighting tooth and nail for every single click they can get, with the cost of those clicks just roof on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. And we've just been milking this thing for millions and millions per year without any competition at all. Next fact: newspaper advertising is cheaper than Google, Facebook, and Amazon. Now, why is that? It's because there is so much competition on the internet, guys. As a result, traffic costs are rising month after month, and it's only getting worse each and every week. Floods of new people, floods of new first-time entrepreneurs are coming on the internet and looking to make money. It's becoming increasingly difficult to make money on the internet, guys. It's just becoming more and more and more complicated, more and more and more overwhelming. Well, guess what? It's the total opposite in the newspapers, because there's no competition in the newspapers. Pay attention, guys. The result of no competition in the newspapers is that newspapers are forced to sell advertising space a 95% discount just to stay afloat. This means you can now buy $1,000 worth of advertising in the newspapers for $50. You can get $10,000 worth of advertising for just $500. Guys, you can get $100,000 of advertising for just $5,000. And believe it or not, you can get $1 million worth of advertising for just $50,000. Guys, it's these steep discounts that make your newspaper advertising very, very profitable. That's why, you know, for every $1 that we spend to run ads in the newspapers, we're getting like $3, $4, even $5 or more in return. It is extremely rare to get those kinds of returns on cold traffic on the internet. Yet we're putting these kinds of numbers in the bank account every single day, okay? Next up, newspaper advertising is more profitable than online advertising. Now, that's because people are more trustful that they find in their local newspaper than ads that they find online. Now, here's proof of that. According to the BBC Reuters Media Centre poll, the poll is titled Trust in the Media, how much they trust different news sources. Americans said that they trust local newspapers the most at 81%, which is higher than even television at 75%. Now, they attributed the lowest trust ratings to online websites at 55% and blogs at 25%. Now, guys, the result of more trust is more sales. In truth, newspaper readers buy more often and they spend more money per transaction than online visitors. Now, why is that? It's because they have more money to spend per transaction. You see, 74% of newspaper readers are over the age of 50. They're boomers. And as I mentioned, folks over 50, i.e. boomers, they control 70% of all disposable income in the United States. All of the 70% of all disposable income in America. Guys, it's this combination of a more trustful prospect with more disposable income that makes newspaper advertising more profitable than online advertising. Now, we've also found that the lifetime value of a health supplement buyer from the newspapers is about 2 to 3 times more profitable to your business than an online customer. So this means that if you're, generating, health supplement customers on the internet and, your business generates $100,000 in profit per year, that same business generating customers via the newspapers, would generate for you, between $200,000 and $300,000. Times 2 to 3 times more profitable than online, customers. So it's right. If you want to make the most amount of profit possible, then it's just smarter for you to advertise in the newspapers than on the internet. Next up, advertising in the newspapers gives you a much more enjoyable lifestyle. This is a big one, guys. This is maybe the biggest one of all. That's because the newspaper business model is easier to manage than the online business model. As mentioned, you don't need programmers, you don't need designers, you don't need web pages, you don't need squeeze pages, email autoresponders, VSLs, banner ads, social media, Google, Facebook, YouTube, Amazon, and 101 different skills, tools, and applications to get it all working. Guys, you know what you need in the newspapers? Just one single 950-word ad. Just think about that. Stop and pause. You are just one 950-word ad away from financial freedom with the newspapers. The truth is, guys, everything is simpler when it comes to newspaper advertising. There's no overwhelm like there is online. I hope you guys are starting to see why I said at the beginning, this is the easiest, fastest, cheapest, and most profitable business for you to start in 2017. Show you what a newspaper ad looks like and reveal just how much easier it is for you to put one of these things together than a VSL, for example. So we're just going to jump, and yeah, there we go. Okay, guys, this is an example of a winning newspaper ad, the type of ad that you can run in just about every newspaper in America, 5 days a week, all year long. The type of ad that can generate up to $1 million a month in sales once fully scaled up. Now, we have a unique 11-step formula for writing these ads. It was taught to us by Gary Halbert, and over the years through trial and error, we've developed and refined this formula even further. Now, guys, writing newspaper ads is a very, very different style of writing. In fact, it's a completely different formula altogether. Most online guys who try to make newspaper ads work, they almost always fail because online sales copy does not translate into the newspapers. The newspapers is a different style entirely. So let's just take a look at some of the elements. These newspaper ads kick butt and take names and fatten up your bank account. So this, as you can see, let's take a look at the headline. This is literally one of many headline templates that I follow, but I'm showing you this one because it is a real beauty, guys. So first thing you need to realize is that people do not read the newspapers for ads, right? They buy the newspaper to read stories. So your headline needs to have a story element to it. It needs to promise a story. So seniors rush to get newly approved memory pill. Why? What's going on? What is this memory pill? Why are seniors rushing to get it? It promises a story, okay? Next, there needs to be, you need to identify, you need to reach out and call out to your prospect so that he or she knows that this ad is for him or her. So there's 2 identification triggers in this headline. Number 1 is seniors. If you're a senior, that you're a senior, you're a senior, you're absolutely very, very clear on the fact that you are a senior. If you're a senior and you're worried about your memory, you see that this is an article, a message all about seniors and memory, then boom, you're gonna you've specifically reached out and targeted your prime prospect. Very, very, very powerful thing to do in a newspaper ad. And then the third thing you need to do is you need to add a proof element into your headline. Okay, so there's 2 proof elements in this particular headline. Number 1 is that seniors are rushing to get it. That's a social proof tactic, social proof element. So why would seniors be rushing to get it? The only reason people rush to get something is because that product is awesome. It's incredible. It does what it's supposed to do. Proof element is that it's newly approved. Newly approved implies that like maybe possibly some government agency approved it, or doctors approved it, or it's been somehow approved by an agency or a government agency or a hospital or a clinic or something, and that makes it like that it's been approved for people to use. So those are the 3 elements. A news story. It needs to promise a story. It needs to reach out and target your prospect, and it needs to have a proof element. To put one of these things together, guys, we're talking like, what is it, 2, 4, 6, 8 words. And this is a template. There are many, many templates that I follow. So moving on here, guys, we have the subhead, okay? Clinical trials show users taking active ingredients see remarkable increase in brain function within days. Miami Herald readers have 48 hours to get special discount supply. So again, here we're using, this is one of many subhead templates I use, but this is a really, really good one. The whole clinical trial, powerful proof element. There's very few things in the health supplement industry that's more powerful as a selling tool than a good clinical trial. Then there is the benefit for buying. The big reason why you should buy is because the people taking this thing experienced an increase in brain function within days. Exclusive offer for readers of the newspaper. You know, Miami Herald readers. By putting Miami Herald in there, it's a real powerful response booster. It makes it sound as it makes it come off as if the Miami Herald has approved this offer for their readers. Very powerful ninja strategy and tactic there. And then the whole 48 hours thing. So 48 hours is a looming deadline. Why we put that in is because, you know, for every one person that orders, there's between 5 and 10 people who intend to order at a later stage but do not. So by putting a 48-hour deadline in there, you just make it more memorable for people to order. Guys, I hope you're seeing how simple and easy these tactics are to kind of weave together, and yet they're generating just millions in the newspapers right now, you know. But you see how simple it is to kind of put this stuff together in comparison to a whole, you know, production with the VSL and all that kind of good stuff. Moving on here to the opener. I have multiple opening templates that I follow. The one that you see here is something that I like to call the AND opener. AND stands for awesome new discovery. It almost always involves the dropping of a highly credible organization as a means of developing credibility and proof. So here, you know, like top doctors from Stanford University. The idea is to essentially introduce the product as a remarkable new discovery in a manner that's instantly believable. So the other thing you'll notice in these ads, guys, there's no ridiculous claims. You know, there's no, you know, this thing will revert, like, will cure your, you know, diabetes and, you know, in 7 minutes. There's no ridiculous claims. There's no there's no risky claims going on in this ad. What we have here, a very safe advertisement that employs very simple yet high level you know, advertising and marketing strategies. So guys, you know, 3 of 11 steps. Okay, there are 11 steps in our unique ad formula, and we just covered 3: the headline, the subhead, and the opener. You really need all 11 to absolutely ensure your success. So I'm going to share more about those remaining steps with you in a little bit. But let me ask you this, guys, back to the chat box here. Do you think to achieve your financial goals, if you didn't have to worry about creating VSLs, long form sales letters, pre-sale pages, squeeze pages, banner ads, text ads, email creatives, email autoresponders, if you didn't have to hire programmers, designers, if you didn't have to deal with tech problems and so on, and instead all you had to do to become financially successful was create one of those 950-word ads? Do you think it'd be easier to achieve your financial goals if you didn't have to worry about all of that nonsense, and instead all you had to do to become financially free and successful was create one of these 950-word ads? I'm just going to wait for a moment for you guys to type your answers in. I'm going to use this opportunity to take a quick drink of water. Great stuff. Pierre says, this is amazing. I am so excited. Judy, everything that's in that ad is entirely true. Yes. Barty says, definitely. Lewis says, this is amazing. Byron says, I can nail this. All right, man, that's great. Mike says, this would make life easier. Leo says, it's much easier. The ads must be expensive. Jack, stick around. I'm going to blow your mind here. Shell says, for sure. Rob says, creating that ad for sure. Alfred says, yes, sir. Heck yes, says Jennifer. Leon says, that is good news to me. 950 words. Wow. James says, yes, so much easier to create 950-word ads. Don says, sounds good to me. Absolutely. Covering that. Oran says, yes, this makes it easier. Linda says, it seems so simple. Absolutely. Paula says, holy smoke, to think the old school ways are more profitable. Exactly. Mike says, amazing stuff. I love it. Ivis, great stuff. Guys, that's fantastic. Let's move on here. Let's move on. I mean, obviously, it's so much easier, you know. I mean, if the path to success, if you're at the, you know, if there's two paths to success and one has 101 different hurdles and the other one just has one hurdle, which is the fastest, easiest route to take? Makes sense, right? Let's move on here. Step number 4, close 650% more customers on autopilot. This is one of the real secrets to our success here, guys. You see, internet, because it allows them to take orders automatically. But what if I told you there was an equally automated way to take orders that closes up to 650% more prospects into paying customers for you? Well, guys, here's the scoop. Check it out. Folks in our newspaper ads to go online to order, we tell them to pick up the phone and call an 800 number instead. You see, we've partnered with a call center that takes our calls and does all of the selling for us, so we don't have to. Guys, check this out. Pay very, very close attention here. Call centers are a huge profit multiplier, okay? Consider your call center the same as your online order farm. Online order farms rarely close more than 7% of visitors. This means 93% of people who come through your sales message and hit your order farm, they do not buy. 93% of people do not buy. Now, compare that to a call center, okay? On average, our call center closes, check it out, 45% of callers to buyers. Boom! Are you listening to this? On average, our call center closes about 45% of callers to buyers. Guys, that is 650% more sales. Now, the reason for that is because if the prospect, i.e. the caller, has a question or an objection, the salesperson can answer that question and overcome the objection live on the call, which results in more sales. That doesn't happen in an online order form. Someone lands in an online order form, they have a question, a query, a worry, a concern. Who's there for them? Nobody, you know? Call centers are more profitable is because by speaking to a real human being, a sense of trust develops between the prospect and the agent. Guys, that sense of trust results not only in more sales, but in a higher average ticket per transaction. Check this out. Online, the average sales ticket for a health supplement purchase is $100 to $120. Well, guess what? Our average ticket using our call center is $180 to $200. So by using a call center, we close, on one hand, 650% more sales, and on the other hand, $80 and $100 more money per transaction. Did you hear that? On one hand, 650% more sales, and on the other hand, an extra 80 to $100 per transaction. Are you seeing how transformational this is? I hope so, guys. Next up, call centers are a free service. Well, kinda, okay? You see, opening an account with a call center is 100% free, at least if you work with the call centers that we recommend. Plus, you don't have to pay any money in advance. Your call center will take all of your calls and close all your sales first, and then after you get paid into your bank account from the sales that they generate for you, you pay them. The product side of things, it's almost like your call center is free. The money comes into your bank account first, and then, you know, they bill you with the money that the customer has given you, okay? Next Next up, call centers are fully automated, guys. Now, here's what I mean. Your call center will do all of the selling for you, so you don't have to. All of the sales staff for you, so you don't have to. They will handle all of your customer service for you, so you don't have to. In fact, you have to do is open your account, which is as simple as picking up the phone and signing a form. The whole thing is fully automated, guys. In fact, John and I have run very, very large campaigns that have generated up to $1 million a month from a single newspaper ad volume. We rarely spend more than an hour on the phone with our call center per week. You simply get set up and then you let them do their job and they report back to you each week. That's how it works, guys. There's nothing complicated about it. I'm not oversimplifying it. I'm not misrepresenting it. It works. That is how it is. That is the reality of it. Now, in addition, you're going to need to provide your call center with a sales script to sell your product. Now, on that note, John and I have developed our own unique call script for selling health supplements via the newspapers. Guys, I estimate that we've spent about $1 million testing and optimizing this script, and what we have today is undoubtedly the most optimized sales script for selling health supplements via newspaper advertising in the world today. So guys, back to the chat box. Do you think if we gave you our proven sales script for closing the most amount of sales humanly possible at the highest order value, the script that we currently use today in our business to generate millions of dollars in sales, and then we actually introduce you to our call center, okay, who close all of our sales for us, do you think you could get on the phone with these guys and open up an account for your business, which would not cost you 1 red cent up front and only requires you to fill out a form and put your signature on it? Do you think you can open up an account with these guys? Please type your answer into the chat box right now. I'm gonna hang out here and wait for you to respond here, guys. All right. Ebony says, heck yes. Rob says, definitely. Renier says, hell yes, man. Mike says, in a heartbeat. Marcia says, definitely. Pierre says, yes, I can. Diane says, absolutely. Leon says, yes, open opportunities, close sales. Absolutely. Hell frickin' yes, says Ian. Jennifer says, yes, sounds great. Shell says, oh my God, that's amazing for sure. Sarah says, wow, yes. Nakishua, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, says, of course. Tommy says, yes, definitely. Stefan says, yes, this is awesome stuff. Hell yeah, says Eric. All right, guys. Well, great stuff, because guess what? If you can do that, and let's be honest, anybody can open up an account, okay? It doesn't take skills. It doesn't take intelligence. It doesn't take experience. Anyone can do it. And if you can do it, then you'll have completed the 4th step needed, a 6-figure income per month in less than 6 months selling health supplements. That sound. Okay, and lastly, step number 5, start selling your product. Guys, health supplements, selling health supplements in the newspapers could not be easier. Oh my goodness. Here is how it works, okay? Step number 1, buyer. The media buyer you want to work with is somebody with a track record of running successful supplement ad campaigns in the newspapers. Stick around. I'm going to show you how to get the contact info for the guys that we work with, the very, very best guys in the industry. You send your ad to your media buyer. No rocket science here, guys. You just attach your ad to an email and scoot it on over, okay? Number 3, selects a group of papers for you to test. These papers will have a proven track record of producing profits for other advertisers selling a similar product to you. This is what's going to maximize your chances of success, because you're going to be advertising in proven papers that have generated proven results for products and advertisements in your specific category. Wow. Guys, you know, I'm so excited about this. I hope you guys are seeing this as well. Number 4, on your ad, okay? Within 3 to 5 days, the papers will run your ad and you'll start receiving orders to your call center. The order cycle in the newspapers is about 3 days. This means you'll see about 80 to 90% of your sales within 72 hours of your ad running. And last but not least, number 5, you run your ad in more papers. Once your ad is working to increase your sales volume, all you got to do is tell your media buyer to run your ad in more newspapers. It's as simple as that. There's no complicated media buying strategies for you to worry about. 74% of your prime prospects are reading every single newspaper in the country. Boomers. So if you have an ad and it kicks butt in 4 or 5 newspapers, you can run that ad in 400 or 500 newspapers. There's no complicated media buying strategies. There's no, ridiculous targeting. You just take the ad, run it in more papers. Off you go. Boom. That's how easy it is. Again, I'm not misrepresenting. I'm not oversimplifying or over-exaggerating, what this is. That is exactly, this is how marketing used to be. This is how advertising used to be before the internet came along, complicated the heck out of everything. The clincher. You don't have to pay your media buyer any money to open an account. It's free. And you don't have to commit to spending a particular amount of money. You can test ads for $1,000 to $2,000, and then with the profits that you generate along the way. Exactly the model that we used to kickstart the new business that I mentioned in 2016, July 2016. We started with a $2,000 test budget, and we rolled the profits back in until we were scaled up. Not fully scaled up. 4 months in, and we were generating over $221,000 a month. Let me ask you, back to the chat box, do you now see why starting a health supplement business, at least in the way that I just shared with you, best new business opportunity in 2017? Type yes into the chat box, guys, because the reality is I've been at this game for 12 years and I've seen it all and I've tried it all. I've never seen any other business model or opportunity that is as simple, easy, profitable, and fully automated as this. From you guys. Let me hear from you guys. Okay. Awam Beng says, this is terrific. Pierre says, yes, I do. Adam is a yes, yes, yes. James says, yes, of course. Bob, heck yeah. Alfred, hell yes. Byron, yes, this is hot. Hell yeah, says Shervin. Throat. Relax here, guys. Tons of yeses pouring in here. Tons of absolutelys. Great stuff, guys. Thank you so much again for all the interaction. Tons of yeses coming in there. Bernard, Patricia, Don, Jennifer, Juan, Major, Angeli, Denise, Eric. Great stuff, guys. Great. So, guys, listen. Shared with you here is my proven 5-step system for launching 6-figure a month health supplement businesses in less than 6 months for $2,000 without Google, Facebook, or Amazon. And the best part is, this is a totally automated business model from A to Z. Because 1, the manufacturer creates the product for you, so you don't have to. 2, the manufacturer takes care of handling and shipping the product out to your customers for you, so you don't have to. 3, your media buyer takes care of running your ads in all of the newspapers, so you don't have to. 4, then your call center takes care of closing all of your prospects into paying customers, so you don't have to. And 5, even takes care of customer support for you, so you don't have to. The cherry on top is that you don't even need to pay for product or shipping and handling or your call center costs out of your own pocket. You get to get going in this business. Guys, all of this means that you get to earn more money doing less work, and you don't have to worry about all the stress and all the hassle and all the work and all the overwhelm of internet marketing. So right now, I'd like to get a virtual show of hands here. Would you agree that this has been time well spent today? Just type your comments into the questions box right now. Has this been time well spent today? I'm just going to give you guys a moment. I know that there's a delay here, so I'll just take a sip of water here. Has this been time well spent today? Haha, great stuff, guys. Thank you so much. The yeses are just flooding in here. Denise, Eric, Dave, Louis, Ular, Gary, Denise, Shell, Leon, Jack, Don, Stephanie, Astrid. Tommy says yes for sure. Dan says for sure. Jennifer says yes, absolutely. Rob says yes, thank you, thank you. Pierre says, I'm glad I woke up at 4 a.m. to watch this. Definitely, man, says Renier. Tibby says heaven, yes. Guys, I'm seeing tons and tons of answers here. Steve said he thought the content was mind-blowing, as did Cheryl, Kevin, and I don't know, 60, 70, maybe even 80 other folks. Just too many positive comments to read here, guys. Thank you so very much. Now, I am seeing a lot of you are asking step, newspaper ad formula for creating, killer newspaper ads, as well as the contact details for our product supplier, call center, and media buyer. See that you're really wanting more specifics on exactly how to get started with this business. Now, the truth is, I couldn't give you everything you need, guys, even if we had all day to talk, okay? However, I know that you absolutely need this information. So let me share with you why I'm going to give it to you for a fraction of what we charge our one-on-one clients, okay? John and I, a point in our lives where it just feels better to give back to the marketing community. To be honest, for years, we kept this lifestyle business model all to ourselves. We were just too darn busy making money, traveling, and living life. Sharing this knowledge with others wasn't even a thought that crossed our minds. But then we launched some online campaigns, some online VSLs, many of which became hugely successful. But what we learned pretty fast was that the internet, can be a total life suck, guys. We both fell into a routine of rolling out of bed in the morning and onto our computers and then rolling off our computers at 3 a.m. and back into bed. In other words, doing business online pretty much shackled us to our computers all day long. There are just so many moving parts in an online business. Making money, from my perspective, does not have to be that hard, guys, especially when you consider how much money you can make and how little time is required to set up and operate a health supplement business, and how easy it is to generate customers in the newspapers in comparison to the internet. So that's why we believe, in the same way that Gary Halbert told us, the most amount of money in the least amount of time, then selling health supplements in the newspapers is the best opportunity on the planet for you, okay? So not long ago, John and I decided to do something a bit crazy. We decided to put on a live virtual workshop and teach a select few entrepreneurs like you exactly how to start a 6-figure-a-month health supplement business in less than 6 months from home, in our spare time, in the newspapers, and even more than that, to handhold you personally through the entire process, from getting your business fully set up, out your market, and getting the ideal product for you, to creating your first profitable newspaper ad, to setting you up with our personal vendors, the guys who are, our personal vendors who'll take care of all of your media buying, all of your order taking, all of your fulfillment, and everything else you need, all the way to giving you the systems you need to automate the entire operation. Guys, we want to invite you to join us this coming Monday. That's next Monday, this coming Monday. And let John and I both personally train you, just like Gary Halbert trained us, and take you from start to finish as you begin, to build your health supplement business empire. Guys, we call this training business launch formula, 6 months to 6 figures selling supplements. Now, here's what you're going to receive. You're going to receive 4 modules delivered over a 6-week mentorship period via live phone calls once per week. Now, let me say that again. You will be trained live by John and I, the only guys on the planet that can teach you this specific method. Each module breaks down into 2 sessions, guys. Session 1 happens on Monday of each week, and this is where we will be giving you the pre-recorded video training for each module, okay? Then the first live session happens next Friday, okay? And that, after that, all live training calls happen on Wednesday of each week. On these live calls, this is where John and I are going to be answering all the questions you may have to ensure that you get everything, literally everything that you need to complete the steps of each module before moving on to the next. Guys, you have us live for personal mentorship to ensure your success. Now, here's the breakdown of the training that you're about to receive starting this coming Monday, guys. Next Monday, this coming Monday. Module 1, the exact formula that we use to create profit-rich health supplement ads in the newspapers. We've got the whole process broken down, excuse me, paragraph by paragraph, even sentence by sentence. And we have a complete checklist of items for you to tick off to ensure that what you end up with is a blockbuster newspaper ad. We've had guys come through our training with no copywriting experience, and because of how simple our formula is, they've been able to create hugely profitable ads within just days. That's week 1 and 2, and the total value of this is $10,500. Now, what that means is, fly to Europe and meet with us and sit down with us and have us teach you, our unique formula for creating super profitable newspaper ads. That's what we charge you, okay? That's how much our time is worth. That's what we would charge you. 2, every vendor that you need for a fully automated business. Guys, we're going to connect you with every last one of our personal vendors, guys that we are personally doing business with right now today, who get everything hooked up and automated for you. I'm talking about our product manufacturer and shipper, our call center, our media buyer, and everybody else that you need to automate this entire business so you can enjoy maximum success. We're going to cover all of this in week 3, and the total value of that is $7,500. Module number 3, the 10-step phone script closing system. Guys, we spent 12 years and literally millions of dollars honing this priceless script and turning it into the most optimal sales script for selling via the newspapers. We'll be giving this script to you in week number 4, and we'll be showing you how to customize it for your own product. It's about 2 hours work. There's no creativity required. Everything is simple and easy to do, and the total value of that is $10,500. 4 is testing and optimizing, the secret sauce to long-term success. We'll tell you how to test, what to test, and how to optimize your ad for maximum profits. So if for some reason your ad results are not so hot, we're going to show you exactly what to do to fix it. And if your ad results are good, we're going to show you exactly what to do to increase those results. So you're earning the maximum possible returns, okay? You're going to learn all about this in week number 5, and the total value of that is $5,500. And of course, all of your questions answered. In addition, all of your questions every single week on our live calls. We're going to spend all of week 6's mentorship training answering each and every one of your questions to make sure your entire business from A to Z is locked, loaded, ready to rock and roll. Guys, we don't get off those live calls until everyone's question has been answered, okay? If it takes an hour, it takes an hour. If it takes 5 hours, then we're there for 5 hours. We're not getting off We have a philosophy, no man or woman left behind, no question left unanswered. The value of this training, guys, is $34,000. Now, Gary Halbert charged us $19,000, and that was years ago. John and I never even think about training anyone in person unless there's at least $34,000 on the table. Now, why is that? Giving you a shovel and telling you in vague terms where to go and dig for the gold. Exact treasure map, a freaking bulldozer to dig with, and we're even giving you the team to do all of the work for you. Guys, if that isn't worth $34,000, I really, really don't know what is. So look, what is it going to feel like to wake up 3 to 6 months from now with a brand new business that's literally bringing you income on a daily, weekly, monthly basis on autopilot, with you just working a few hours per week in your spare time? How will having a business like that change your life? More vacations? Will you spend more time with your kids and family? Will you buy that car that you're thinking about right now, or move into a bigger home perhaps? Enjoy the feeling of finally having an easy to manage business that doesn't own you. Most marketers are owned by their business. They're enslaved to their laptops, and they're forever stuck in a business model that just eats up their time and their life. So guys, let me ask you this. Supplement ad in the newspapers worth to you? Is it worth $5,000? Is it worth $10,000? Is it worth $25,000 or more? Dozens of ads at the same time, if in the newspapers, if you want to. But let's just consider one profitable ad. What will that be worth to you? Guys, here's what one ad is doing for one of my clients right now. His name is Jesse. We're just going to try and get that up. I don't know if we can get it up there. Maybe, yeah, we can. You know, his name is Jesse.
And I've been doing internet marketing since 16. I've tried opportunities out there. E-commerce, info publishing, CPA marketing, email marketing, even consulting for local businesses with their websites and SEO. And I've had varying degrees of success. So when I heard from Kevin Halbert, which is Gary Halbert's son, about John and Caleb's training about how to start a nutritional health supplement business, I was a little skeptical at first because I've tried getting training from every big name guru out there, and I still hadn't really reached the level of success I was expecting and wanted to. But since I've received John Caleb's training, it's been incredible. Over the last few months, I've done over $250,000 in sales. I fully expect to hit about $100,000 a month this month in sales, and to do $1.5 to $2 million in sales this year. And that's not even a fully scaled up business. And to run that kind of business, that size of a business, only takes about 2 hours a week to manage. The business model is incredible. It's simple from A to Z. And John and Caleb have really shown me and taught me so much and how to make this a streamlined, incredible, great business to run. Now, I'm extremely blessed to be where I am. A lot of my worries and concerns that I had are really in the past because of what I've learned. I'm able to make money easier than I've ever before. I've considered going back to internet marketing, and I might do so in the future, but it's too simple and too easy. There's too much money to be made right now, and I'm not even fully skilled up yet. I'm really excited for where I am in my life. I'm able to pay off a lot of debt. I'm able to get my own house, hopefully get married even this year. And all of this is possible just because of what John Caleb taught me. Now, I know they're doing a new and upcoming training on their strategy on how to run a health supplement business with the newspapers, and I would highly recommend it. I don't know of anybody else that's given the time, effort, and energy that John and Caleb have, and I've never gotten anywhere close to the results I would have if I never got their training. So I'm extremely thankful, I'm extremely blessed to have been a part to have them be a part of my life. And I'm just extremely highly recommend anything that they do.
Guys, that is Jesse. That is not a paid testimonial. That is not a paid endorsement or anything. Jesse just kept contacting John and I week after week, telling us, you guys have changed my life. This training has been fantastic. He also didn't have any copywriting experience. He didn't have any newspaper advertising experience. He didn't have any experience selling health supplements. The only thing that Jesse did was follow our exact formula. He did everything our training guided him to do, the very same training I'm offering you here today. So look, I'm going to shoot straight with you about the discount that I have for you today, and it's an offer that's going to be unlike anything you've probably heard about before. Right now in our lives, our free time is worth more than, in fact, if you were to send John and I $34,000, we just wouldn't take it. We are simply far too mobile right now, guys, to charge what we are worth. So not long ago, one of the top internet marketers around, John Benson, the man who literally invented the video sales letter, he approached us about this training, and we worked out a deal with John because he's a friend, and it was for $25,000. So John was too busy to fly across the pond and hang out with us, so we trained John via Skype calls. Now, John said two things that really moved us, and frankly, this is the reason why your investment today isn't going to be anywhere near $34,000 or even $25,000, not even close. John Benson said, one of the godfathers of internet marketing and the inventor of the video sales letter. John says, guys, I want you to know that I've been through just about every training program there is, and I've mostly been disappointed. I didn't hesitate once you offered this to me for a value of $25,000. As you know, I wanted to get into the supplement business, and I was excited about the newspapers. I knew of your success, but I had no idea that your training would be this thorough and your contacts this ready to help. Basically, you've opened my eyes to the possibility of creating a new arm of my online business, and it was exactly like you said. I didn't have to manufacture anything. Your contacts made this super simple, and your training was absolutely head and shoulders above anything I've ever experienced. That's John Benson, he would know, right? So feel free to share this with anyone who is considering the $34,000 investment, if you're still even doing that. And honestly, right hand on the Bible, I would have paid you $100,000 any day for this. It's just like you said, this really is so much more hands-off than our online stuff. Just one thing, if I were you, I would highly consider doing a group coaching special, because I know guys who would pay you at least $10,000 right now to join. You could still live where you want, and it would allow a bunch of hardworking folks an opportunity of a lifetime. Anyway, just consider it, and thanks again. Well, guys, we did consider it, and we came to the conclusion that we simply must share this with the folks who really want and need it. Now, that meant lowering the price, but not watering it down to the point where it wasn't worth our time. We also insisted on giving you a lot of personal attention, and as you're going to see in a moment, even one-on-one personal attention. So we considered John Benson's price of $10,000, and we were just about to release this workshop with that discount, more than 300% off what we charge you in person, when we got a phone call from another friend of ours. Now, I'm not going to go into details. All I'll say is that it really reminded us of the time when John and I were struggling. If you remember, John had to remortgage his freaking house in order for us to get the exact same training that we're giving you here today. And I realized that you probably don't want to remortgage your house. And we also realized that we owe it to hardworking folks as affordable as possible, but at a fair price to us, and at a price that still gives us the ability to focus on every single person on each and every call. So if you act right now, guys, and open up a new browser page and go to this URL, lurn.com/Caleb, LURN.com/Caleb. We're going to let you in for $10,000. Give you a $7,000 mentorship loan. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean, you only have to invest 30% today, which is $2,997, to go through the entire training program with us live. And guys, it gets even better, because that comes with a complete money back guarantee. Now, here's how it works. You will go through the first live training call with John and I. If you don't think it's absolutely the best training you've ever received, ever, from anyone, anywhere, if you don't think this is absolutely the best training that you've ever received, if we don't absolutely knock your socks off on week 1, we'll refund your investment in full. First live call next Friday, not this coming Friday, the following Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. John and I will let you tell us, I'm in for the entire training. Now, there is just one small catch. We want you to repay that $7,000 mentorship loan eventually. But as crazy as it sounds, we refuse to ever bill you for it, okay? We only ask that you send us a check for $7,000 after you first make $50,000 profit selling health supplements. So after you make your first $50,000 selling health supplements. That means if you don't make at least $50,000 in profit, you can forget about paying us back. We only want full payment when you get up and running to the tune of at least $50,000 in profit. Guys, we think that's being over the top generous, because we are literally going to hand you the keys to running a profit-rich lifestyle business on autopilot, walking you through the setup by the hand, step by step, and doing it all with you live. So act right now, guys, before this once-in-a-lifetime training is off the table. And it really is a once-in-a-lifetime training, guys. If you don't believe me, just ask yourself. Heard of anything like this specific training before? You're an avid student of marketing. It's likely that you're on tons of top guru email lists. Just ask yourself, have you ever heard of any training like this before, where you can go from not having a product, excuse me, all the way to generating 6 figures a month, selling health supplements in less than 6 months, generating sales via newspaper advertising in your spare time from your computer, with the whole thing being fully automated so you don't have to work around the clock? The answer is obviously no, because nobody else knows about this incredible opportunity but John and I. So look, guys, sign up right now. Go to lurn.com/Caleb and register so you don't lose out. By the way, here's what the registration page looks like. Excuse me, guys. Registration page looks like when you go to that link. Just go there right now, fill in your information. The process takes less than 2 minutes, and you'll be all signed up and ready for the training that's starting this coming Monday. So guys, let's just recap to make it clear, okay? Today, your investment is just $2,997 to get started in the supplement business launch formula mentorship program. We have to limit the number of people who can join. That's because we can't serve everybody right now due to the huge amount of personal live training that we're going to be giving each and every member each and every week, okay? Then after the first training Monday and the first live training 4 days later on Friday, you tell us if you're in or not. Now, once you say, guys, I'm in, with the entire 6 weeks of live training, there's no more refund period. That's only fair because we're going to be spending many hours with you, coaching you live. We only want the most committed action takers on board with us, but we will give you the first week's training on us to prove the value of this program. Then it's up to you guys. When you earn at least $50,000 in profit, shoot us a check for $7,000 to repay your mentorship loan. Now, we can't. You may earn millions of dollars and never send us a penny. We're on the honor system here, guys, and that's okay. We know you'll actually want to send us more money once you see the profits pouring in. We'll never bill your card for it. We'll never invoice you for it either. We'll never even remind you about it. This is a loan that's entirely optional for you to repay. We just trust that you'll be a fair guy or gal and do the right thing. All of the risk here, guys, you know, we do ask that you are ready and able right now to invest the full $2,997 for this live mentorship. We're already seeing signups, so you absolutely must act right now. Open up a new browser page and go to lurn.com/Caleb, LURN.com/Caleb, CALEB, okay? Now, guys, as if slicing our price from $34,000 down to a mere $2,997 to try the training on us, as if that wasn't good enough, very special for everyone who completes the first 5 weeks. Here it is. Week 6 is devoted to taking your questions live. That way, no stone is left unturned, okay? However, we're taking this one step further for the folks who sign up before the end of this live workshop. It's absolutely an over-the-top super bonus. You're going to get a personal 30-minute one-on-one mentorship phone call from either John or myself at the end of your training. We're going to look over your ad. We're going to look over your entire setup. Absolutely sure that you have this 100% locked, loaded, and fully automated. This is a service that we charge $5,000 for, and we're only going to give this to you if you take action before this call ends here today. If you wait to register after we hang up today, you are out of luck, guys. Sorry, but this is a fast action super bonus, and it's only for those who are dead serious about their success and are ready to take action right now. Guys, I see Jillian, our assistant, she's texting me here on WhatsApp. She's saying that we're getting a lot of signups. So guys, if you want us to mentor you in getting set up in this lifestyle business and you want the fast action super bonus, then you absolutely must act right now. Open a new browser and go to lurn.com/Caleb, LURN.com/CALEB. You really have two choices right now. The way I see it, you can do nothing. You can pass on this opportunity to be mentored and guided. I believe is the hottest lifestyle business opportunity in the world today. This business model has generated more than $120 million in sales for us. And as you just saw, it's generating 6 figures a month and more for many of our students. Maybe you're scared. Ironclad money back guarantee that we've given you. Maybe you're just content on getting by. That is possible, guys. I know people who are addicted to struggle. You know, they love drama. They love to feed off the stress of life. They have an irrational fear of success. They need the struggle. You know, if that's you, all I can say is I wish you well, because if I could go to that sign up page and sign up for you right now, believe me, I would, because I know in my heart and soul, this is simply the best training in the world for starting the very best business in the world. It's simple. You get started right now, guys. When you consider the fact that we're giving you $7,000 on the honor system and we're only asking you for less than 30% of your total investment today, with that being 100% guaranteed, guys, we're either fools or we're onto something solid here, okay? So listen, we know this business model inside and out. We've been doing this for 12 years, not 12 months, 12 years, and we've built several 7- and 8-figure businesses during this time that only require us to work a few hours a week. It would be borderline insane to pass up on our offer, guys, to not only mentor you, but loan you 70% of the cost of the program. That's how certain we are that you will succeed. So the real question is, gambling a few minutes of your time to check this out, because like I said, I know of no other business model that's simpler and easier to make money with than this. Just to go down the road of creating VSLs, long form sales letters, 20-part email follow-up series, pre-sale pages, squeeze pages, retargeting campaigns. Then you got to hire programmers, copywriters, content creators. You then have to go and buy 101 different tools to track and monitor everything. Why would anybody in their right mind choose to do that? When here now is an opportunity that's so much simpler, so much faster, so much more likely for you to succeed with, so much more likely for you to achieve your financial dreams with. Remember, you get module 1, the exact formula that we use to create profit-rich health supplement ads in the newspapers. Module number 2, where to find every vendor you need for a fully automated business. Module number 3, the 10-step phone script closing system. Module number 4, testing and optimizing the secret sauce to long-term success. And of course, all of your questions answered, ensuring that you are locked, loaded, ready to rock and roll. And of course, that's that super bonus, that one-on-one mentorship phone call with either John or myself. Value of $34,000, and it's all yours. This whole mentorship, personal live mentorship, is all yours for just $2,997, with it being fully guaranteed. Guys, if you didn't sign up already, it's probably because you're feeling nervous about setting it all up. Please rest easy. John and I are going to spend over 10 hours with you, helping you get everything set up right the first time and ready to rock and roll. We're going to be standing over your shoulder, literally, well, not literally, but we're going to be standing over your shoulder and holding your hand every step of the way. We're going to be there for you live, giving you everything you need, solving all the problems that you may encounter, overcoming all the concerns that you may have. And after all of that, we're going to call you personally to go over your entire setup on a free one-on-one personal phone call, just for taking action before this call ends. Do you think it's too expensive, guys? Well, if you think learning the exact system too normal, well, not so normal, too not so normal, crazy Irish guys have used for over 12 years, taught to us by the master marketer himself, Gary Halbert, and used to build several 7- and 8-figure per year health supplement businesses in our spare time on autopilot while we travel the world. If you don't think that that's worth a measly $3,000 with it being fully automated or fully guaranteed, then really, guys, we can't help you. In fact, we refuse to help you because you obviously refuse to help yourself. I mean, get real. John remortgaged his house in order for us to get trained by Gary Halbert. And we're offering you the exact same value for far less money. This isn't expensive in the slightest. Guys, to be honest, missing out on this is expensive. It could cost you a fortune. It could even cost you the freedom and lifestyle that you crave so much. That's just a fact. So guys, the fast action super bonus is off the table when this call ends. So don't miss out. Act right now. Open a new browser and go to lurn.com/Caleb, LURN.com/CALEB. Up here, guys, let me just remind you of this. John and I, we're really not that special, guys. We have no superpowers. We're not marketing geniuses. In fact, we personally can't do media buying. We don't do manufacturing, and we can't do phone sales. That's why we found the guys who do all of that stuff for us. We also personally hate messing around with online traffic. There's nothing wrong with it. You can make a lot of money on the internet. That's just a fact, But in our personal opinion, it's more complicated than selling via the newspapers. In my humble opinion, if you can't make something as simple as newspapers work, then good luck getting online traffic to work, because selling via the newspapers is 10 times easier than selling online, guys. 12 years of trial and error to discover this business model. And we're just going to give it to you today for a small investment. And yeah, when it comes down to it, like I said, you're talking to a high school dropout, ex-carpenter who generates millions of dollars selling health supplements via newspaper ads in a fully automated manner from my computer in my spare time. I'm definitely nothing special. You can ask my girlfriend. I'm far from a genius, and I don't even live in the country where we do all of our business. The only difference between me and you is that I got a break in life. Gary Halbert, guys, he gave me that break. And today I'm offering the same break in life. It'd be silly not to take this, guys. It really would be silly. I hope that you would see that. This is the best darn opportunity that you're going to get all year. It might be the best darn opportunity you get in your entire life. It starts this coming Monday, guys. To get in on this, go to lurn.com/Caleb, LURN.com/Caleb, and sign up before you lose out on this opportunity. Guys, that is the end of this training. I'm going to take a quick sip of water, and then I'm going to answer all of your questions. So please go ahead right now and type your questions into the chat box, and I will address them one at a time. Okay. Let me just get prepared here. Okay. Please type in. If you're making so much money with this, how come, if you're making so much money selling health supplements, how come you're putting on a training like this? Great question. Oh, I love a challenging question like that. Guys, the answer is we are, we were cajoled into it. Essentially, John Benson, as I mentioned, we were getting some online VSLs working, and we worked with John Benson. And as a result of working with John Benson, he got to know our business. We were telling him, oh, we do newspaper advertising and blah, 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 blah. And, he was like, oh my God, newspaper advertising? Guys, you gotta, as we told him all about it, he was like, wow, that sounds incredible. Hey, you gotta teach me. So as I said, we worked out a deal with John for like $25,000. We gave him the training. After the training, John was like, are you guys kidding me? Are you kidding me? This is incredible. You've got to put on a training for this. You got to put on a training for this and just share it with, with my list. We were like, no, geez, we're not teachers. We kind of live in our own little bubble. We just kind of do our own stuff. He was like, no, you guys don't understand. You've got to share this. You've got to share this. So we reluctantly agreed. And then we offered it to the folks on John's list, and we really enjoyed it. It was such an awesome experience working with like-minded people. We've living in our own little bubble, just John and I doing our own little thing for like the past 12 years. And it was so refreshing for us to work with like-minded people. All my friends, they're all carpenters and, and tradespeople. So to actually get to hang out, I've always been like the outsider in regards to what I do in life. And it was just so refreshing for us to work with like-minded entrepreneurs who really just wanted to grow their businesses, and it's been awesome. It's really been so emotionally rewarding for us. We got great examples of guys that have just come through our training and have crushed it. And as you saw, Jesse there, 27-year-old guy, was living at home with his parents, had college debt. In January, he did his first 6-figure month in January this year. Just awesome. So rewarding for us. So it's definitely not our main business, but it is something that we're doing right now, and that's why we're doing it. Okay, can I do this from Chile? Okay, guys, this is a U.S. opportunity. This is an opportunity to sell health supplements in the United States via newspapers in the U.S. So, if you wanted to do this in the U.S., the answer is yes, you can do this in the U.S. from Chile or from any other country in the world. The only issue is that you have to register a business and open up a business bank account in the U.S. And that is something that you guys will have to take care of, on your own. John and I do not provide a training on that, but you can absolutely do it. John and I did it, and several people who've come through our training have did it. And as a result, they're now able to operate like we operate, which is we have a US-based business. We operate from Europe. Or, I've lived in Australia, I've lived in Costa Rica, I've lived in Israel, I've lived in Spain, I've lived in Shanghai, so you can own and operate it from wherever it is that you live. But you do have to register a business in the US, and you do have to get a business bank account in the US, and that is something that you guys will have to take care of yourself. We can't provide a training on it because it's something that we're just not experienced with. So, but once you take care of that yourself, the world is your oyster in regards to this stuff. Moving on to the next question here. 1 second. Okay. Lots of the same questions coming up there. Okay, Chaz has 3 questions. Is the training every Friday at 1 p.m. EST? No. So the live video trainings are released on Monday. Every Monday of each week, the live video trainings are released. And from there, the pre-recorded video trainings are released on Monday, and each Monday. From there, there is the first live call is on Friday. Every other week thereafter, it is on Wednesday. Every other week, it's on Wednesday thereafter. So that's how it works. How long is the weekly schedule? Not sure I understand what you mean by weekly schedule, but so the calls will last as long as the live calls will last as long as they last. So if you guys, and it takes an hour to answer those questions, then we'll be on an hour. If it takes 5 hours to answer your questions, then it'll take, we'll be on those calls for 5 hours. We're prepared to do everything we possibly can to ensure your success in this. We're not meeting on Monday, Chaz. We're the videos will be released on Monday, and you can pick up those videos thereafter. So Chaz, if that sounds good to you, then go to the link. Go to lurn.com/Caleb and sign up right now, because when we end the call here, you're going to lose out on that one-on-one mentorship phone call. Sheila, yes, if you want to contact us about that issue, Sheila, there is a you can reach out to us, help@multichannelmarketing.com, and you can ask us about that, and we'll try and help you as best we can. So Sheila, help@multichannelmarketing.com, and we will help you with that. Yeah, you again, I see you're having a similar issue there. Go to help@multichannelmarketing.com. We'll help you out with that. Mike says, I work 8 to 5, can't be there for the live training. That's perfectly fine, Mike. So, the live trainings are going to be recorded. So if you have questions, submit the questions, and we'll answer the question. You can submit your questions. We'll answer the questions for you on the live training call, and then the very next day you can pick up the call, and everything will be recorded, put inside the members area, and we will, you'll be able to pick up the call recording and get the answers. So Mike, don't let that stop you. Go to lurn.com/Caleb. Okay. Okay, just scanning down the list here. Yeah, Patricia, if I don't know what that issue is, but if you want to reach out to us, Patricia, help@multichannelmarketing.com, and we'll help you with that. Sudha, I hope I'm pronouncing your name properly. I think I answered that question in regards to, yes, you can do this from another country. You just have to register a business in the US, and that's something that you'll have to take care of on your own. Tommy says, do we have to pay for the newspaper ad fees? Yes, you have to pay to play. You have to pay to advertise. So you can test ads for, a minimum of about $1,000. But everything else in this business, you know, all the major costs associated with doing this business have been removed based on the system that we have, that 5-step system that okay, let me see here. Okay. Ricardo, sounds good. Yeah, Patricia, if you want to reach out, help@multichannelmarketing.com, and we'll help you with that. Leo says, time well spent. Much appreciated. Lydia, the newspaper ads are placed in the US. So this is a US opportunity. So yeah. John asks, will the recordings of the call, will we get recordings of the call? Yes, John, absolutely you will. Yeah, all calls will be recorded and put inside your private members area for you to access at any time. Okay. Says, thank you so much for your enthusiasm and encouragement. High five, Martin. Yeah, guys, I mean, this is you know, when we hang up here today, that, you know, that one free call will be off the table. Chaz says, please be sure to tell us about Monday's training agenda and time. Can we expect every Friday to be at the same time each week? Yeah, I answered that, Chaz. So every Monday at 9 a.m. pre-recorded video training will be released. You can pick it up anytime you like. And then the very first week, we will have the live call on Friday at 1 p.m. EST. Every other week thereafter, it'll be Wednesday at 1 p.m. EST. So if that makes sense to you, Chaz, then come on board. Go to lurn.com/Caleb. Okay. Yeah, so Sharon asks, what if someone claims they got sick off the supplements? So, you know, first of all, in doing this for 12 years and, you know, having generated over $120 million in sales doing this, we've never once had a problem like that. The reason why is because, you know, we work with manufacturers that carefully, you know, formulate these products to very, very, very strict government regulated rules for how these products are to be put together. So this is an industry that's very, very carefully ruled, let's call it, for safety and efficacy. So, you know, you don't have to worry about that, but certainly, you know, we're going to be covering all of how you can protect yourself and be very, very safe and be in this business for, you know, as long as we have been in it and much longer. But I can say that, you know, in 12 years of doing this business and having generated over $120 million in sales, we've never had that issue, Sharon. So I wouldn't worry about that if I were you. If this sounds really good, then why don't you go to the link, sign up right now. Let's get working together. Lurn.com/Caleb. Rosalie, you can hit us up. Rosalie, go to help@multichannelmarketing.com. Brenda, the live calls are at the first live call is 1 p.m. EST on Friday, and thereafter it's every other Wednesday. 1 second. I see a lot of the same questions. Rosalie, yeah, hit us up, help@multichannelmarketing. Gladys, help@multichannelmarketing.com will help you out. David, I'm sorry, I don't understand that question. Can this be implemented? Or is the fee mostly... I don't understand, David, I apologize. Okay, Suda, I'll wait for your question there. Patricia, thank you very much. Thank you. Louise, thank you very much. Welcome aboard. Beth, you know, we're going to be covering all of that in the training there, so don't worry about that, Beth. Sign up and we'll take care of all of that. Sudha asks, when approximately do I expect income to start coming in? The answer, Sudha, is, you know, if you follow along with the pace of the training, and you don't have to, but if you follow along with the pace of the training, you can be advertising on week 6 or even earlier, to be honest. But you know, week 5 or 6 is when if you follow along with the pace of it, you can be advertising on week 5 or 6. What did the call center charge? They charge a percentage of the sales that they generate. So usually starting out, they'll take like probably, you know, something like 17 or 18% for closing the sales for you. And thereafter, you know, once you're upscaled, locked, loaded, ready to rock and roll, you know, the percentage will come right down. You know, when you're starting to generate a lot of sales per week, that percentage can come right down to, you know, 10%, as low as 10%. So the call centers, they're paid for out of the money that you first generate. You know, it's not money that comes out of your pocket. So this is why, you know, all of the major costs, all of the major barriers to get involved with this opportunity have been removed. So Kay, you know, if this sounds like a great opportunity to you, we would love to mentor you in this business. So go to go to Lurn at multichannelmarketing.com and sign up right now. Sharon, I answered that question for you already. Yes, help at multichannelmarketing.com. Sharon says, awesome, I'm in. Welcome aboard, Sharon. Welcome aboard. I'm really looking forward to working with you. Leon says, hashtag best webinar ever. Thank you. Hashtag Learn Nation. Thank you, Caleb. Thank you, Leon. Much appreciated. Sharon says, awesome. Thank you for answering my questions. I'm in. Great stuff. Welcome aboard. Okay. Chaz says, yeah, Chaz says the only upfront cost is the newspaper ads. So certainly after the fee for enrollment, the only major cost is going to be the cost to advertise. You know, there's probably going to be, you know, like $500 worth of miscellaneous costs. Like, you know, it'll probably cost you, you know, $80 to get your ad formatted. You know, probably cost you like $70 to get like a label designed for your product, that kind of thing. So there's probably about $500 worth of miscellaneous costs, and everything else thereafter pretty much, you know, revolves around per ad spend. So, all right, guys, gosh, anybody got any more questions? I see that we've come to the end of the questions there. Anybody got any more questions? Okay, I see a question here, like what percentage of profit is there? So obviously, you know, everybody understands that, you know, different ads perform differently. There is no kind of set standard of profitability. Certainly we should for a 30% profitability. The reason for that, there's two reasons. Number one, 30% is achievable. We have achieved it ourselves, and we have, the students that have come through this training have been able to achieve that as well. So 30% profitability would be the goal for us. Like, that's what our goal is. We can't kind of make any income promises or anything like that, but that would be the goal. That with a 30% profitability, your newspaper ad campaign can fund its own growth. So, if you spend $1,000 and you generate $3,000 in sales, and $1,000 of that is profit added onto your initial $1,000 investment, and then you can advertise with $2,000 instead of $1,000. You can theoretically then generate $6,000, and then $2,000 of that is profit, and you take that $2,000 and add it to your original investment, and now you can advertise with $3,000. And in this manner, your campaign can self-fund its own growth. You can self-fund the campaign at a 30% profitability, and you can scale. You'd be surprised at how quick you can scale doing that. That's why the 30% number is there. That's why we say 30%. David asks, what exactly do we get from the course for the $3,000? Is the training comprehensive, and can we expect to come out of this with a viable business? So, David, if you want to see what we're going to be covering in the course, then check out the slide that's on the screen there. Is it comprehensive? It's going to be the most comprehensive training you've ever received. Every last thing is going to be covered in this training. Hands down, every last thing that is going to be covered in there. So no stone left unturned, no gray areas in your understanding of exactly what it is that you need to do in order to achieve your success. Will you come out of this with a viable business? You're going to come out of this with our business. We're going to literally take you by the hand, and stand over your shoulder and show you how to replicate exactly our business. We're going to give you our vendors. We're going to hook you up with the people who are doing all of the business that we are doing, like the people who are taking care of our business, all of our vendors, our manufacturers, our media buyers, our call centers. We're going to hook you up with the people that we do business with, that we're doing business with currently today. Plus we're going to give you all the systems, all the strategies, all the formulas, all the tactics that you need to succeed, as well as automate this whole business for you. So are you going to come out with a viable business? You're going to come out with the most viable business. You're going to come out with literally a replica of exactly our business. So absolutely is the answer to that one, David. So if you want in on that, go to lurn.com/Caleb. Sayak says, what is an example of a product you are selling? We sell health supplements. So, we sell health supplements across a variety of different markets. My voice is breaking here. So health supplements, Saya, health supplements. Okay, Bella, you can reach out to us at help@multichannelmarketing.com, and we will assist you with that. Let me see here. The supplements to Canada. I believe the answer is yes. I'm pretty sure that the manufacturer and the shipper would ship to Canada. Yes, Bella. So the answer is yes. How much does the ad cost to start? You can get started for as little as $1,000. You can begin testing ads for like $1,000. Gary Halbert, the legend of newspaper advertising never, ever tested an ad in the newspapers for more than $1,000 when starting out. So if it's good enough for him, it's good enough for you, it's good enough for me. So $1,000 is the test budget there. Sharon says, does the supplements include protein powders? No, the supplements we sell are more solutions to health problems. Protein powders are kind of more like bodybuilding and muscle growth. And the area in which we focus in is mainly like, serving boomers, people 50 years of age and older who suffer from ailments like, joint pain, memory problems, high blood pressure, cholesterol, people with kind of health problems and ailments that they want solutions to. Bojana says, were you in the US when you opened up the business? No. Yes, we did it from overseas. So that is the answer. So okie dokie, guys. I don't see any more questions coming in here. So I think that is it. Guys, thank you so very, very much for your time. Thank you for staying on for so long. This has been a wonderful pleasure and an honor. I wish my voice had been better. Unfortunately, I woke up this morning with like a bit of a chest cold and a sore throat. So I apologize for being a little hoarse. But for those of you who signed up, welcome aboard. We're really looking forward to working with you. And the next 6 weeks are going to be a fantastic and awesome adventure. For those of you who did not, it was a pleasure speaking with you today. It was an honor speaking with you today. I hope that our paths cross at some stage again in the future. And in the meantime, I wish you guys nothing but the best of health, happiness, and success. Over and out. Take care. God bless and goodbye.